Oh, hey guys! Welcome to Wasteland Games. Thought I'd share a new build with you guys. Basically, this is a Ford Mustang made by Matchbox. It's actually an IMSA race car that I guess I had picked this up in a lot of cars from Value Village. Probably, I don't know, maybe a couple of months back. I'll try to see if I can find the original video and put a link. In the video for you guys to take a look at. But yeah, I wanted to see what I can take with this thing. Originally, I was just going to leave it, but it is kind of a vintage, Matchbox car, and it's probably would have been better just to leave it the way it was. But I don't know. I kind of just wanted to take its already menacing look and the fact that it had an open hood already. I thought it would be kind of neat just to make something really simple and pretty cool out of it. So I had this idea of actually making sort of a bounty hunter car, and kind of reminiscent to the Transformers lockdown figure, and the fact that Ontario is where I live is yet again in total lockdown while everyone else seems to be doing pretty good. So, and not on total lockdown. So I thought the theme for this video would be essentially just make a bounty hunter edition for Gaslands. And looking in the book here, I'm just trying to figure out what I can make. I decided that I hadn't really kind of focused on too many lasers, so went into my Warhammer bits box and was looking for a suitable gun. At first, I thought this Crute rifle would be all right, and I started pulling out some more of like I guess it's the Acadians, I believe it is, from or the Imperial Guard. Anyways, I have a lot of parts, a lot of bits and pieces for Space Marines, Tau, Imperial Guard, you kind of name it. I've probably had pretty much every army over the years, but don't really have a lot of parts anymore, so I just kind of salvaged with whatever I got left, and let's just start building. So I was looking at this little gun here, or what the standard Imperial Guard rifle, and I just started to kind of trim it down a bit, get rid of some of the stock on it, and I was trying to figure out where I was going to put it. So originally I thought, maybe I'll put it up on top of the roof, and then, or actually mount it in like close to the window. I thought would be pretty neat. But then I also realized that I wouldn't be able to actually open the hood anymore, so that spot was not going to work at all. Okay, so now that I got the gun into the right spot where I kind of liked it, I thought I'd put something on the back of the I guess the trunk of the Mustang, and I had one of these little Space Marine I guess flag poles. So I kind of glued it to the back of the car. And then I thought, well, I want to start putting some screen on the inside. So I went back to the drywall screening that I really like using. It's so easy to use. It's already got it's kind of sticky on one side already, so it helps to really hold it in place while you want to start gluing it. And it can be trimmed down nicely into various shapes, or if you want to make like small screens, or just as I did here, I ended up putting in like a whole piece just to cover all the windows. But you want to be careful of is just any kind of gaps, I guess, from like the roof line. So you really want to kind of push it in place and make sure that it's gonna line up nicely. And it actually looks kind of cool if you make it kind of bulge out the front windshield a little bit more. And once that was all glued in place, I decided to take apart the entire windshield assembly and just use only the rear portion, because I wanted to put a little bit of armor on the back, and I thought, just cut this piece out and reattach it. And then I ended up just taking a Warhammer Chaos Space Marine armor plate, and I just glued it to the back because it had some cool looking spikes that were just kind of poking through the metal already, and I thought it was kind of neat to make this thing look a little badass in the process. So I actually built a front assembly as well for the car. So as you can see here, I've got it all painted in black, and I added some like I guess spikes or like a ram in the front, just to kind of really give it some little extra menacing look. And painted everything nice in black, sort of like a satin black kind of color. And then I started to just paint in the windshield. I wasn't going to make this car, kind of too banged up or rusty or anything like that. I thought make it look a little bit more like it was brand new, or in the theme of being a bounty hunter. This car is very particular with keeping itself in top shape as much as it possibly can. So, keeping a sort of a clean look was what I was going for. The skull that I had at the back of the car, I decided to start painting it very, with a little bit of like beige undertone, and then kind of highlighted a little bit of white on the outside. After everything was kind of done, I ended up taking the tape off. I did mask the roof off. I felt that I wanted to leave those original tampos there. And then also the Mach 1 symbols that were at the back. I left those from the original paint job, and just did on both sides. So I thought, I want to keep the original Mustang look in general. I actually didn't even paint the rear of the car either. I left it with the original details from the way Matchbox had originally done from the factory. But I didn't cover the front headlights, so I figured out I was just going to paint them myself. So I just used my silver paint marker and touched up those headlights and just the way they were before. And as you can see by the rear deck, it looks exactly the same. But then I used some silver just to start highlighting these tail lights here, and then I went over them with red afterwards as well. And just the silver just kind of helped to brighten up the red. And I felt that I wanted to put some new tampos on the side, so I took some Warhammer Space Marine, I guess, decals, and they're just water transfers. So you can simply just use a cup of water, and you just want to get the paper on the transfers, pretty wet, and then I usually put like a little bit of water on the area that I'm putting a decal on. And you just want to slide it in place, and it allows you to move it around where you want it, and then you just use a little bit of paper towel to dab it out. Okay, so once I got both sides done, I had to kind of use a little bit of eyesight from the top down, just to kind of make sure they were all lined up. But the two skulls looked pretty good. And overall, I thought everything looked really nice. I painted the interior red. I actually masked everything off, the black, and then I just painted the back section all red. And then I knew I was going to paint the engine with some silver paint. But I had this idea of building a banner for the flagpole, I guess, at the back. So I started to cut out some of this bag material that I picked up from a dollar store way back when everything was still open. And I think I used these actually as typically as rolls for like bags and stuff like that you can put in the back of like one of the trucks, or any kind of simple train kind of piece that you want to make. But I thought it'd make some type of flagpole at the back here with like some skull and crossbones, and just, I don't know, when I started putting it together, I didn't like it at all. So I ended up, I did my best to like try to draw something on it and use some permanent marker, which was actually already kind of drying out on me. So it wasn't really doing the job that I wanted, but I ended up just getting rid of the whole idea. Yeah, once I was finished with the I guess the overall paint job and everything, I touched up the flagpole a little bit, because when I took the the flag that I had made off. It actually took some of the paint off, so I had to touch that up. And then I actually put everything together, and I decided to glue the car because it just kept coming apart. So I actually glued it together, and I actually clear coated the entire vehicle all with this semi-gloss kind of paint. I really would like to get some flat. I should have kind of put it in some flat paint, but I don't know. I think it turned out okay. And the reason why I did that was I wanted to blend in the original Tampo and the back Mach 1 symbols with the rest of the car, and then protect the decals that I put on it as well. So spraying the whole car with clear coat really just kind of seals in everything. You don't have to worry about any tampos falling off, or anything kind of getting marked up with your fingers and stuff like that. So it really just kind of seals everything in place, and it actually kind of makes the whole car look like a brand new, devastating bounty hunter related vehicle that's well equipped to start racing. It's got a few little nicks and stuff like that here and there, but other than that, it's fresh off the assembly line and waiting to hit the track and start causing a lot of trouble. So anyways, it's a very simple build. It doesn't take a lot of effort to really just kind of come up with something like this. You're really just kind of taking an existing vehicle that's already got a lot of really cool potential, with respect to the hood and the shape, the overall shape, and just adding a few simple little bits here and there. You can kind of come up with something that's quite creative and looks pretty damn good. So anyways, hopefully you guys like this build. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and hopefully you guys like this, and stay safe, and hopefully everyone else is doing good. And thanks a lot for checking out today's video. Have a great day.